Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Come on in. Listen, y'all have to accept. You have to accept the StreamYard for me to see your name. Accept StreamYard so that I can see you over in StreamYard, not just Facebook or Instagram. But yay, Tanzella, yes. Yay, happy Monday. Y'all, I'm going back on StreamYard so that we can do everything at once. We are right now live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Y'all, because having 700 devices at one time is bananas. But make sure, especially Facebook, that you are putting let me turn this down. Make sure that you are like accepting the where you can chat with me so I can see your name, because I see the comments, like I see everybody saying happy Monday and it says Facebook user, but I'm looking at my phone too so I can see just in case y'all don't accept it. Okay. But happy Monday, happy New Year, because I have not been live. Let me take these glasses off. I have not been live since we were in Bali, because let me tell y'all, hey, I see sis out here, P-Bet. Y'all, my auntie turned 60 today. Happy birthday, girl. Melody, Brenda. Hey, y'all, happy Monday. I see YouTube in the building. Instagram, I don't know how I'm supposed to communicate with y'all. Let me see if I see something up on YouTube. Hold on. Let me see. My desk, y'all, we're not gonna even talk about my desk. My desk is an entire mess. Like, it's an entire mess. Like, I see some of y'all on here. I see Jackie on Instagram, so I'm going back and forth. I'm gonna have to go back and forth. Monica, Jackie, it has been forever. Happy New Year. We got Cynthia, we got Angie, we got Maggie. These are the people over on Instagram. I don't know how y'all supposed to chat with us on StreamYard, but let's see how that works. Happy birthday again. Don't forget we got plans soon. Y'all two together, Melody and P-Bet. I don't know if I want to know what that's about. I don't really know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what it's about. Yeah, because y'all two together probably is a whole mess. Nope, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what it is. But again, happy Monday to the newbies. Welcome. This again is our daily Facebook. It used to be Facebook and Instagram, but we added our YouTube channel, and I'm going to try to figure out, because they said there's a way that I can do TikTok live as well. So I have to figure that out. And y'all, don't look at my office space behind me, because but just don't look at it, because it's a whole mess. Y'all, where I pack is down here, my office space is down here, and my grandkids think this is like their co-classroom or something. I'm not really sure, but they always in my space. But it's a whole mess down here. And I also need to figure out, yes, Happy King's Day, how I can do this on how I do the monthly events on the screen. But right now, that's a whole lot for me to figure out. Chastity, ask Dex how I do that. But again, Happy New Year. I'm gonna start off telling y'all, like, Singapore and Bali was amazing. Absolutely, it was amazing. But y'all, listen to me when I tell you, not only was it, well, Singapore was okay. The weather was okay there. A little rain here and there. But the weather was okay. But listen to me, that Bali, we melted. The humidity was in the 90s every single day. We literally melted. It was so hot. I was scheduled to do a flying dress photo shoot. 11 of the other ladies did it as well. But by the time I was done helping everybody else, baby, I said, I don't want to. I was so hot. No, Brenda, when I say, like, I'm not a person that sweats. I do not sweat at all. Like, if I have a little bit of sweat, it's like in my head. My hair may get wet. Okay. That's pretty much it. When I say sweat was dripping from my face, dripping from my face, um, dripping from my it was a whole thing in Bali. Like chocolate Chastity said chocolate was everywhere. Man, like there was really no need for makeup because by the time you got dressed, the makeup was done. Like I actually put on some foundation, and y'all know, y'all see this. Y'all see, I'm not that one who does that. Okay, I put some foundation on. By the time we did the first set, probably halfway through, all the foundation was gone. It was just a lot, but the experience was amazing. Singapore, and let me put a pin right here. Let me start off by saying this. And I know some of our people that were there, they were traveling with us. I see Chastity, I see Hania. Those are the only two I see off the top. But y'all, we have to remember that these other countries have rules. And their rules have nothing to do with the rules, nor do they align with the rules of the United States of America. Okay? We cannot go to other people's country and expect them to bow down to what we think that they should be doing. Because guess what? They ain't. Yes, they ain't finna do it. Okay? They ain't finna do it. And I mean in no way, shape, or form. They are not going to conform to what we want them to conform to. Just off the top. So the group, my husband and I gave up our seats because we had two people that needed to fly together with the group to Singapore, right? And back. So we gave up our seats and we ended up on Turkish. We tried to get seats with the group. The flight was sold out. We were going to go to San Francisco and fly from San Francisco and try to, meet up with the group there. Flights on Singapore Air sold out from that side of the world, right? The group left out of LA. So we ended up leaving out of Atlanta on Turkish. Not my favorite airline, but okay. And another thing is, not only that, most carriers going to those destinations, especially if you are leaving not from a larger airport, one of the big boxes, but we had to stay 9 hours in Turkey. So we got a hotel room, we took a nap, we took a shower. We were not going to arrive into Singapore until probably like 30, 45 minutes into our group meet and greet in Singapore. So we took a shower before we left the hotel. I changed clothes on the airplane an hour before we landed. So we were ready. Husband changed clothes, we in the bathroom doing our thing before we land so that we can be able to get out, get our transportation, and get right to the event, right? But as soon as the plane landed in Singapore after our 9-hour layover in Turkey, the first thing that the flight attendant said was, she said, "We have arrived into Singapore, blah, 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 blah. Welcome. Please note, drugs are illegal in Singapore, including cannabis. Anyone found to have drugs on their person can and will be sentenced to death." Did y'all hear what I said? Like, it ain't like you going to jail. You going, they're going to unalive you. They're going to unalive you. And so what we did to make sure we knew when we got with our tour guide, we asked, yes, unalived. Okay. He said, absolutely. And guess what they do? They hang you. Yeah. So listen, I know some people, that's y'all thing. You want to have your, maybe your edibles and you look. Y'all, some of these places are not playing with us. Like, you cannot go to these people's country and think you're going to do what you want to do. They are unaliving people, okay? We get to Bali, guess what? Same thing, okay? The same thing. They do not play about the war on drugs. You are not coming there, and you are not about to. No, they said no, it's not happening, okay? So that's the one thing. The next thing is, we talked about this before. Like, we know some of the trips there are people who have a, different mobility levels, and that is great. But once you leave the United States of America, there is no such thing as ADA. That is the American Disabilities Act. And it ends in the 50 states plus the one, okay? It ends there. Some of these countries have zero. Now, how do their handicap or people with mobility issues get around? We don't know. We have no idea. But I ain't saying they don't care, but I'm saying they don't care. That's what because ADA ends in America. There is nothing that we can do. And then they don't, like, I've been to places they may have like wheelchair ramps and things like that, but I've never seen, outside of a cruise and maybe a place like Jamaica, some Caribbean and Mexico islands, you may be able to rent a motorized scooter or some type of wheelchair with motorization. But these other places, regular wheelchairs, and you got to move them yourself. Okay, regular wheelchairs, or you have to move them yourself. One of our guests, now she brought her own motorized scooter, and she had been riding it around for 3 days. We were at the hotels, our third day at the hotel, and no issues. The buses we were having, she was able to fold it up. It was a new, like, more compact one that you can like fold up really small, or smaller than normal, and put underneath the bus, whatever. Right? She had been doing that for 3 days. On day 3, well, 2.5. On day 3, we're in the hotel lobby getting ready to go to, I want to even say it was our New Year's Eve dinner. I think it was our New Year's Eve dinner. And the hotel manager walked up and said, "Hey, you can't have that here." And so a conversation ensued that I didn't know about. And then they came over to me and start, bringing me up to speed. And he's just like, "Yeah, I wasn't here for 3 days." And so, because I'm like, well, she been riding around here, baby. She been wheeling in this lobby for 3 days, sir. What are we talking about? He don't care. You cannot have this motorized equipment in their hotel because they feel like it is going to start a fire when you charge it, because it's more powerful than a standard 110 or whatever their voltage is, right? So he was like, she can't have that here. She cannot take this in her room. And so he was like, now what they allow her to do outside of this hotel don't got nothing to do with me. But inside this hotel, she cannot ride this. Now, you want to put it behind the desk? You can, but you can't take this to your room. So listen, again, that I can't. Ladies and luggage cannot make them do anything. This is their law. He's like, this is our law. Now, I was a little perturbed with our tour guide because he did not make this clear to us. He never said that she could not have it. And then after the fact, when the hotel manager was saying that this was a thing, then he's like, yeah, you can't have it. And I'm like, bruh, we've been here 3 days. When were you going to tell us this? That's number one. And so now we got that whole situation together. Yeah. When you come back from your event, roll it onto this desk because you ain't taking it upstairs, right? So now my husband's outside, and y'all know how men are, clear their throat, and then they want to hock it out, right? This man spits away from the group, turned his back from the group, and spits right onto the ground. And the young lady walked up and was like, "You must want to be arrested, sir." You must want to be arrested. You cannot spit in public in Singapore, nor can you chew gum. You cannot chew gum in Singapore. It is illegal. And nor can you spit in Singapore in public. Okay? So it's a beautiful place. It's beautiful. But here, understand, you are not in the US when you leave the US. Our rules mean nothing there. No gum chewing. No, ma'am. They like, you will not destroy our stuff with y'all taking this gum out your mouth and putting it. It is illegal to chew gum. Yes. So yeah. Yes. But just keep that in mind, y'all. Keep that in mind when you're traveling outside of the country, because you ain't at home. Okay. And let's talk a little bit about food too. Let's talk a little bit about food. We know what we're used to. We're used to food that is, what word I want to use? Tainted, right? Hormone infested, all those things, right? And some more. That's what we're used to. That's what we're used to. And then we get to other countries, because I'm gonna tell you, the very first time that we went to Dubai and we had chicken, and we all were like, this tastes crazy. It's a whole different taste. And then you get in your mind and you like, that's because they don't use the stuff that we use at home, right? So it tastes different because it is different, because it's fresh. But we have to open our mind outside of what we're used to at home. Because again, these countries don't eat what we eat. And the stuff that they may eat that we eat, they don't use the same ingredients. We went to a cooking class, and our instructor was telling us a lot of things that they have there that has coloring in it. Y'all, they don't use dye. They do not use dye, y'all. They use products, fruits or vegetables or things like that have that color, and they extract the colors from natural products to put color into their things. They do not use food dye. It is not allowed. How about that? And I don't know if y'all for real know what this yellow, red, and blue dyes, and these dyes that we use here in the US and some other countries do to our children. I can tell you with a 150% certainty, there is a difference in your child's, grandchild's, and sometimes adults' behavior that use those products, y'all. I had a daycare for 15 years. I can absolutely tell you, children who ate red dye, blue dye, yellow dye, their behavior was off the meter. If someone gives our grandchildren that at school, or they take it from their friends that have this dye in it, y'all know it takes 5 to 7 days for that stuff to get out of their system. My grandson has a totally different demeanor when he eats those dyes. And it's not allowed in most places in Europe either. At all. But we accept whatever. Our government, I'll say that, accepts whatever and allows them. Google the friend, info, norms, lows. Absolutely, auntie. But yeah, we just have to like, we were blown away. I will say, I was blown away to find out that they didn't use like dyes in their stuff. Hey, I was blown away. Okay. So think about that too, because the food is going to taste different. You got to have an open mind. You got to, and there are going to be some places that you travel to. Even if you went to a McDonald's or a Burger King, it's still not going to taste the same because they use different products. Like, we went to Popeyes in Turkey, and I was like, okay. We just wanted to see, what the difference in taste was. It was just okay. Would I get it again? Probably not, but it was just okay. All right. But you have to be open to trying new things, and you have to be open to knowing that their cuisine is totally different than what we eat, y'all. Totally different than what we eat. We cannot expect them to have food that is going to taste like and be like what we got at the house. We just got to know. We just got to know. And they do things different. There were a couple of times like we were just perturbed, like with the, oh my God, we got to sit outside to eat, but they do things differently. That sweltering 90% humidity in Bali, those locals was walking around like it was 60 degrees. They weren't sweating like we were. Like, we were literally sweating crazy. They were still in a hot kitchen preparing meals. Like, they had the air conditioner on. And we sweating like crazy. And they looking at us like, the heck wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? Like, this is normal. Okay. Trying to see who that is. Hey, Dr. B. Said, right, they ain't even, listen, they AC isn't like ours at all. At all. At all. Okay. Why wouldn't you go to another country and not try the different foods? Now, there are some people who like, they got this texture thing. They don't like textures. They don't think, but in order to know that, thank you, Dr. V. In order to know that, you gotta try it, right? You gotta try it. Now, some people eat with their eyes, so that's the thing too. But you gotta try it. Now, you go to a place like Dubai, you good to go. You good to go. You good to go, because guess what? You don't like what the locals are eating, you can have all the food you want and never have to worry about it. But you go to it's some other countries that you're not. Egypt, we starved. we starved. Like, there were some lentil soups that were good. Their chicken shawarma tastes totally different from anything I've ever had in Dubai and or Greece. But again, they're different countries, so their taste, their ingredients, and all of that is gonna be different. Okay. But we started in Egypt. We couldn't wait to get home to get some real food. Okay. But what we did have, we made it do what it do. I mean, you gonna complain for 8 days? I mean, I don't know. And I said, I hate it when people go to places and want to eat what they want to eat at home. And like me, I'm the person now. Like, I haven't been to Dubai. Currently, I haven't been to Dubai in 2 years. And so I'm definitely hosting Dubai this October, because it's time for me to go get some hummus, because I do not eat it here. Because it don't taste good to me here after I've had it in Dubai. I used to buy the little, what is it, Sabre or whatever the name of it is, the little orange and red container. That's trash. To me, I'm going to Dubai and getting me some hummus and naan bread, my naan bread out of the thunder. That's yes. I don't like our hummus either. See what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait to get to Dubai. It's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The whole time I'm in Dubai, hummus and naan bread. Okay, but you gotta be open minded, and try new things. Like Melody had chips in Egypt. She called them diet chips. She was like, "These chips are horrible," but we would have never known. Like, we didn't like them if we didn't try them. Okay. I think if a person is particular about certain food, maybe they should pack some snacks. I agree. And maybe even, like I was telling them before, like, bring you like some packs of noodles, some things like that, where if you get there and you don't like it, that you can have something. Okay. Because again, what you gonna do? Not eat the whole time? You're gonna have to eat something. And they all eat. And they all eat the same thing. So you're gonna have lentil soup. This is Egypt. You're gonna have lentil soup. You're gonna have some chicken, some what they call it, some chicken shawarma. I think call it something else too. Barbecue meat, barbecue. You're gonna have that everywhere you go because everybody think theirs is better than everybody else's. Okay. All right. You're gonna have some bread. And then like breakfast. Oh, some people, like, especially you're going to these other countries, and we are used to bacon, eggs, toast. What you used to all these things, and then you get to breakfast in other countries, and they got beans, greens, tomatoes. That's what they eat for breakfast, y'all. That's what they eat for breakfast. They do not eat what we eat. So do not expect to go to England, Paris, and these other places. Tondra, yes, and go to these other places, and like I'm finna get the best bacon and sausage, and you might get a scrambled egg or an omelet. That's about the gist of what you're gonna get. That's from the U.S. Okay. Food is food. We are the ones that label when we eat. Exactly. You are so right about that, Brenda. Like, so right. Food is food. So we label stuff for, is this supposed to be breakfast? This supposed to be absolutely. So you got to get out of that mindset, because in Bali, they had everything. They had all type of chicken. They had Chinese food. They had Indian food. They had a little bit of American. We found some bacon when we got to Bali, but baby, what they call sausage, breakfast sausage, I don't know what that kind of meat is. I couldn't figure out. I couldn't really figure out what that kind of meat was, but it wasn't no breakfast sausage that we eat. It looked like undercooked Vienna sausage. Okay, it wasn't no breakfast sausage that we eat. Different countries, different cultures, different food. A taco in Mexico is made different than we make in the US. Yes, and we think our tacos, you be like, girl, you don't use no, what your taco seasoning? Do y'all know Mexicans don't use that? They do not use that Ortega taco seasoning. Only we use that because we don't know. I stopped using it because one of my best friends was married to a Mexican, and she showed me what to use, like what they use. But baby, they don't use them Ortegas. They don't take a seasoning. They don't use that. They don't use that. They do not use that. That all the different type of cheeses that we use on our tacos, they don't use that. They use that queso and then the fresco. I don't like the fresco, but I like the queso. Like they have even a creamy cheese. Like, y'all know we do what we want to do with our food, right? But other countries do what they want to do too. So we have to be aware of that. And when you're flying to other countries, you also have to think about flights. Like, what are these flight times going to be like? Like, do your research. Are you okay with the 10-hour layover, or are you not okay? that may make a difference in the type of travel that you plan. Are you a person that like, I cannot, like us coming home from Bali was a production. It was a whole production that took us 36 hours. 36 hours, guys. So we had was it 12-hour flight from Bali to Turkey. Then there was a 10-hour layover. And they was 10 hours and some change because they know they have to give you a free hotel room if they have you over 11 hours or more on a layover. So what they'll do is they'll make the layover 10 hours and right at about before that 11 hours, so they don't have to pay for a hotel room for you. But we got a hotel room off site. We slept for a little bit, you shower for a little bit, and then you get ready for this 14 hours from Turkey back to Atlanta. Okay. So 36 hours of travel is what it took us to get home. Some of the people on the group flight took them about 24, 25 hours because you got to get back to LA. And then they had to get from Bali to Singapore. And then from Singapore is a nonstop flight to LA. And then only maybe one or two people lived in the LA area. So then that meant that they had to catch flights from LA back to their prospective destinations. I know, right? Anita said that is too long. Okay. So you have to think about that when you say, I want to go to these destinations, because that's a part of that travel, right? It's getting there. And then one thing that I do not like about the Istanbul airport, this is where we change planes. Y'all, they do not tell you in that airport until about an hour or so before your flight what gate number your flight is at. Like, that's the most ridiculous thing ever. And so we went to the lounge. We went to the hotel. We took a nap. We took a shower. We got dressed. We came back 3 hours before our flight because our bags were, checked all the way through into Singapore. So we didn't have our luggage with us, only our carry-on stuff. And we made that as minimal as possible. So we got back 3 hours before our flight, and we were like, we'll just go to the lounge and hang out in the lounge until our flight. So we're in the lounge, and then we kept checking the board. Airport stuff. Yes, we kept checking the board, and they're like, this time. So then we finally checked the board as we are coming out of the lounge. We're like, let's just leave the lounge because this is crazy. We still don't know where our flight is. So we are at Gate A. They finally put up our gates, and it was F, which was it only goes A through F in this area. So we are on the complete opposite of where our flight is, and literally we're hightailing it over to the gate. Listen, that is the one thing. And then coming back, we decided, well, we're gonna stay in the middle. So when they announce our gates, we don't have to, whichever way we go. Okay. Anita, I'm sorry about Lanita. On the complete opposite side. Yes, we at F and we were at A. And the flight is gonna board in like 20 minutes. Okay. In like 20 minutes, flight finna board. Hightailing it. Okay. Just, it's ridiculous. But Anita said, were you at least in business class? No, ma'am. They did not have any business class seats. And then when we get to the airport to try to get them, they only wanted to give us to us for one leg of the flight. And I'm like, well, if I can't have for the whole time, then it's a no for me. Oh, but also let me also tell you guys. So if you can't get business class, I always tell our people, I always tell our community, if you can't get business class, at least purchase 2 seats. Right? Especially if it's 3 of you guys. It's me and my husband, we purchase an extra seat. Dr. B, I'm telling it, okay? We purchase an extra seat. And so what that does is gives you extra room, right? This is something that we always do when we are not flying business class. Southwest, I don't care who it is, we getting us an extra seat because I don't want people by me. No, I need 2 seats, okay? But we get to the airport to check in for our flight. We give them our passports. We're first in line. We're in Atlanta. I know better. I'm getting to that airport 4.5 hours before international and all. Because a lot of times you have to remember, especially when you're flying international, airlines like Turkish, Emirates, Qatar, all of those, a lot of times they only have that one flight per day. And so that means everybody getting on that particular carrier is going to be in that line on that same flight with you, right? So you need to get there early. So we were the first people in the line to check in, and the girl was like, I don't see no reservation, ma'am. So it took us, guess how long for them to fix our reservation? 1 hour and 40 minutes. Had I got to the airport 2 hours before the flight, what that have been? Left. And can't go till tomorrow. Left. 1 hour and 40 minutes because some kind of way I was able to purchase my seats, the seats that I wanted, right? I was able to purchase the seats that I wanted. But every time I went and or called to get my husband's seat and his extra seat assigned next to me, there was some type of error in the system. I called. You can't do the stuff online. So I called at least 7 times, and there was always an issue. We get to the airport. Yeah, you know what we found out? There was no reservation. So they had to reinstate our reservation. Then they kept trying to tell me that my husband's in one row and I'm another row. Lies. I'm not sitting next to nobody. So y'all better move Johnny and Karen to another row because we need to sit together. I'm not sitting by nobody else but my husband. So having that extra seat gives you a little bit more room if you cannot, she said, Jesus, if you cannot get into business class. We tried to do it on the way back as well. Completely sold out. Y'all, listen. Yes. Will I go back? Absolutely. We are definitely adding Bali to our list. The resort in Bali was amazing. We are going to make that a week-long trip. The resort, the food was great. The resort was beautiful. The ladies who were indulged in the spa services, I think I saw Marianne Trail. The spa services, they said the spa services were great. We had like they had wood oven, homemade pizzas. Like the food was really good there. The resort was really nice. The rooms were really nice. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna go back there. The beach was nice, and more so a beach trip, and so don't have to do a whole lot of touristy things. Now we did go to one. The first day when we got there was tours going on the next morning that I did not participate in because my body was just exhausted. Okay. It was just my body was exhausted. I needed to lay down and go to sleep, and I literally slept almost until 2. But there were some tours that I'm definitely going to. I have a meeting with our vendor that does that particular destination for us on Thursday, and I'm going to tell him it's some of the tours he can take off. Like the one tour, and I don't know if nobody mentioned it in our survey, but there was a tour where they do this traditional dance and song thing. I don't see no need for us to ever have to go back there. I don't see no need for anybody else to have to endure what we endured. So, they can just go they can just go ahead and take that off the list. Oh, the monkeys. Oh, let me tell you about the monkeys, Auntie Donna. So to get to this traditional dance section, this traditional dance section, we got there an hour earlier. And so it's more of a park area before that. And right beyond the park is like the Indian Ocean. You can see the Indian Ocean. And so the wild monkeys are in this particular park. Oh, child, listen. These monkeys are so freaking aggressive. Like, you cannot wear like head wraps on your head, earrings. They told us to take your earrings, your glasses, anything on your head. Don't have any type of food on you. Don't put your hands in your pockets. Well, it's listen, it's ridiculous. And we saw, I don't know how many people between Dex and Trail, how many people they saw get their glasses taken. And I'm like, okay, so these monkeys so smart. If you take these glasses off somebody's face for the first time, like you do it one time, and then you like put them in your mouth to chew them, and you realize this ain't no food, why you gonna steal somebody else's glasses and do the same thing? Because this ain't no food, bro. Why? Like, they were literally snatching people's glasses, running and eating the glasses. One of the ladies in our group, she did not take her earrings off, and a monkey swoop took the earring and scratched her face. Now, if that monkey would have touched my face, listen, the trip would have been over. I'd have been going to the house, because there ain't no way that I want no wild monkey. Listen, if you, she's talking about, what if I can't see without my glasses? Baby, you better do something, because them monkeys was snatching glasses and leaving. Okay? Snatching glasses and leaving. A man immediately told me to take my glasses off. I had forgotten. Like, listen, they were snatching glasses and leaving. And then Dex told us, our media team, he told us, like, it's a bigger monkey over there that's inside this cage. I'm like, baby, because he probably was around here snatching people. They got him, he didn't get caught in the cage because he don't know how to act. I don't, because I definitely told them I do not, I don't, what other people do is great. Like, I don't tell people it is your vacation. You can spend it how you want, but I don't do wild animals. I don't really do tamed animals. So I'm definitely not about to deal with no wild monkeys. Belongs to me. Okay. I'm not about to do no wild monkeys. And people want to take these photos, and you're getting, and this is mostly in Thailand, I think. But I don't know if they were in the water in Bali. I don't think so. But the elephants, and you riding the elephant through the water, because my brain is telling me I gotta step my feet in this water that this elephant is in. And so if he been in this water all day, he been pooping in this water too. She's not getting in there. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm just, she's not gonna be able to get on this elephant that is in this water. I'm good. I'm never gonna ride an elephant if it has to be in this water. I probably would never ride one anyway. But yeah, I'm good off the wild animals. I'm real good. The monkeys were walking around amongst the people. We were able to avoid being too close to them. Yes, but the water don't touch you. You got to get in the water to get on the elephant, good. And then when the elephant is walking, your feet dangle in the water. I'm good. I don't have to experience that at all ever in my whole life. I do not have to experience that. I'm not doing it. I'm good. I'll take the camel in Dubai for $500, Alex, and I'm good. I've done that probably 3 or 4 times. I don't necessarily even have to do that anymore. But they were close enough to snatch glasses and earrings. They were. And then one of the decks said, it was a guy, the monkey was like a distance away from the man. And we were all sitting on like these ledges, but we had lookouts. We sat in a square so that people on every side, can see. Y'all see, I'm still learning how to use this thing. So people on every side can see. So he said that the man, oh girl, it's also sad now. I might take it. No, I forgot I got braids in my hair. So the guy was sitting there, and the monkey like swooped in. When I say swooped, he said the monkey swooped in from like to his left, snatched the glasses, and just kept going. Like, he like thought this whole process out. He didn't even touch the guy. He was like, he swooped, grabbed, and was still going. That's how y'all know they're smart. Like, you know they're smart because there's no way that he sat there and thought about it and then like swoop, grab, go. No freaking way. Once I can afford a trip, I'm doing almost everything. No bungee jumping and no spiders. Who said he showed it? Chastity said, who said he showed it? Listen. Oh, Trail said he showed it. Like, these monkeys, they smart, y'all. I ain't got time. I don't got time. I ain't playing with these. I ain't playing with these monkeys. I'm not gonna be able to do that. I'm not. Yes, they were out there living their best life, taking everybody's stuff. I have to remember to take my glasses off. You have to remember to take your glasses, swoop, grab, go. And that's trying to get all the pictures. Who else is out there trying to get pictures? They smart monkeys. Yes, y'all. And then one of them, I think Trail posted a picture today, some of her pictures from the trip. And one of the monkeys was sitting there like mean mugging. I don't know if he was looking at somebody, like deciding on whether he was gonna get them or what he was gonna do. Yes. They saw y'all coming. Yes, they be looking. He said, and listen, don't put your hands in. He's like, our tour guide told us, do not put your hands in your pocket because they're gonna think that you have food in them. Like, they didn't even want us drinking water. Like, one of the ladies was like, oh my God, I'm so thirsty. And so the tour guide, like, snuck this water bottle out and was like, hurry, 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 drink it. Wait. Listen, like, hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh, yes, Kim, he was mean mugging. He was mean mugging. What he was mean mugging people from SAT. Like, yeah, I'm good off monkeys. Do they snatch phones? Yes. Yes, you cannot have stuff out. You cannot have stuff out. Now, Dex had a bigger camera and it wasn't around his neck, so I don't know if they snatched the smaller cameras, but baby, I wasn't trying to see. Not y'all are bullied by the monkeys. Yes. That's what I'm telling y'all. Don't be asking me to take y'all to them crazy kind of places. Because y'all gonna be in there by yourself. I'm not even taking pictures. Y'all gonna be there by yourself. Fooling with them doggone animals. No, thank you. I'm good off monkeys. They are pickpocket. Yes, they will pickpocket you. Do you hear me? Do not play with these. Do not play with these monkeys. Okay. Now, so that was our trip to Bali and Singapore. Miss me with that tour. Exactly. I'm going to definitely tell him he can take that off. And then, y'all, and like we know in the US, we have the option to pick our own, choose our own religion, whether we want to be a part of it or not. That type of thing. She said, love it. A 10 out of 10. Absolutely. Did you see the swings? I did not, because they went on those on their own, but some of them did. Chastity took some amazing pictures on the swing. I think a few of the other ladies did too, but that was like a bus ride from the hotel, so they did experience that. And they took some photos over there too. Okay. But we just got to know, like, it's an experience to have, even if you're afraid to fly that long, take a pill, melatonin or something like that. We all know I took medicine coming back. Jet lagged me this time. Even taking medication, there's like this, it has electrolytes in it and things like that. I took that when I got back home. I'm still a teeny bit jet lag. Like today, I was going to have a team meeting. I was going to get on a call with the team. Monday is our, all teams meeting, and we're on a call, almost 2 hours. Probably 30 to 40 minutes before the call, I messaged like, hey, y'all, we taking today off. I laid down, I slept for 5 hours. Like, my body is still trying to catch up. It was 13 hours. 13 hours ahead. Y'all. 13 hours ahead. Singapore and Bali is 13 hours ahead. So right now, it is 9:21 a.m. in Singapore and Bali. 9:21 in the morning on Tuesday. Right? So that time difference is definitely um it's a lot, but it's worth it. Okay, it is worth it. Let's see. My next topic. I know y'all heard about Alaska Airlines incident. About religion. I'm sorry. So we get a chance to select our religions, right? We are open to participate in any type of religious ceremonies and things that we want to. Other countries, not as much. Sometimes, there are a lot of countries outside of the US and Europe are more Muslim, right? A lot more Muslim. But like in Bali and Singapore, it's more Hindu, Buddhist, and I don't really know a whole lot about what was really going on in Bali, but it freaked me out a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, it freaked me out a little bit, especially on that dance song and dance event that we went to after the monkeys. It was beyond the monkeys. First of all, they put us in there like sardines. Like there was no emergency exit section. There was originally, and then they started putting more and more people in there. If anybody knows me, like those big crowds outside of people who sent us COVID test and or vaccine cards, so I know my anxiety starts building up, and they literally was squeezing us in like sardines, y'all. And I was getting more and more anxious until I just had to get up and leave. Like, but the religion kind of made me feel some type of way. It was a little demonic to me, y'all. It was a little demonic, and I couldn't take no more, and I had to go. And like I stopped even taking photos. Like they wear these masks. I don't know in Bali what the religion was, but again, like I said, in Singapore, it's like Hindu and Buddhism, but I don't really know what was going on in Bali. And yeah, and he told us before we went, the tour guide and was like, so yeah, sometimes that she said that dance thing felt like a cult. I mean, man, that yeah, it made me anxious. But he told us before we went, like the man could maybe like he could start spinning and doing all kind. This was like, oh, and then it was like this one you have to wear. They wear these masks, and it was I'll share some pictures with y'all. It was bananas for me. I I couldn't take it. I had to go. Like it was making me feel some type of way. And so yeah. And then they had a big sign when you get into before you walk into the monkey farm or the park, what they called it. There was a sign that says any females that are on their cycle are not allowed. You are impure. What it has said. You cannot come inside as a female if you are menstruating. Okay, because they consider you impure, and so yeah, you're not welcome into whatever this session is that they were doing. Yeah, we were ready to go, and like this whole dance and this whole dancing song and the people doing it, these ladies, it was a lot for me. So the US may be a little, but at least we get to pick and choose how we want to worship and if we want to. Okay. She said aunties will be good. She said aunties will be good. Listen, yeah. Because of sacrifices, probably, Kim. But yeah, that was kind of crazy. I couldn't, yeah. And then just the whole dance thing, and then they were doing all of these different chants, and yeah, it was bananas in pajamas. Okay. But going back to talking about the Alaska airline incident was just crazy. What was even more crazy to me was the fact that I don't know if they don't think that people are going to have some type of litigation against them. There's going to be additional lawsuits. Yes, nobody was injured, but that looked like a door to me. The door flying off the plane, while I'm on it, is a little, and then you just like, okay, so here's $1,500 and your ticket was free. I don't know. How many of y'all just taking $1,500 and walking away? Again, you maybe it's not the airline's fault. Maybe you would have to sue Boeing. Okay, because the incident happened to the airline bought the plane from Boeing, but ideally, you as the purchaser would have to do your due diligence in checking the equipment as well, right? That's my thought process. Like, as the purchaser, you would need to do your due diligence, because how did you not know that the door or window, the contraption was not completely stabilized? So yeah, I'll 15, and they literally gave these people $1,500 and reimbursed them for their ticket. I'm not, ma'am, third person. I'm gonna need you to do better. And again, maybe right, so the purchaser does the upkeep and repairs. Yeah, so maybe like, yeah, I don't know. But for me, that would not be enough. Definitely, I would be at Boeing's doorstep, and the airline. I did read an article where other companies outside of Boeing had been contacting the US about building better air equipment for them. Yes, I see a class action suit too, for sure. And they had this contract or whatever with Boeing, but y'all remember that this is the Max 9. Remember that there were issues and Max 8 was taken out of rotation as well. So I'm saying, like, y'all need a new vendor, because Boeing ain't Boeing in no more. This is the second rendition, and it's not working out, because now they've pulled the Max 9s. So you got the Max 8s cutting up, and now here comes the Max 9, and all from Boeing. Yeah, no, we might need to look at a different supplier. We might need to look at a different supplier. It happened the day I returned from our trip. I flew Alaska from LA. See, Tracy, man, like, what the heck? Like, yeah, I don't know. But $1,500 wouldn't do it for me. It's just no. It's no. Yeah. And I'm sure a class action suit will be coming from somewhere. Okay. And if one person starts it, the rest of the people will follow suit, I believe. Okay. Some quick updates before I am done for today. So, and I'll put a pin here too. Another reason why I be trying to tell y'all, I love Southwest, but they do too much. Now we saw weather. Listen, first of all, they announced a class action today. Who said that? I told y'all I've been asleep. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Auntie Lily, I'm gonna have to go check that out. Okay, because I knew it was coming. But I love Southwest, and I know that the weather has been crazy. And literally to me, I be saying, like, y'all know, off of Color Purple, God is trying to tell you something. This weather across the world, like we talked to when we got to Bali, we were asking them about the weather, and he was like, we don't know what season it is no more. We don't know what season it is anymore. Like, it's just not like winter, spring. We don't know no more. Listen, this weather has been weathering. Okay. There are tornadoes in places that have never gotten a tornado. Oklahoma, OKC had earthquake. Um, you know, this weather has been bananas. Okay. Has been bananas. Oh, since probably early December, maybe late January. I mean late November. So who was I said about school? Earthquake in Louisiana the other day. You see that? They canceled schools for tomorrow because of potential weather. Wait a minute. Let's see. Trail. Atlanta played too much for some, yeah. But it's like, let me go back. So I know a lot of airlines cancel for different reasons, but I promise, I feel like every time there's a potential, a potential for some inclement weather, Southwest like, oh, good looking weatherman, I can go ahead and cancel these flights because all other carriers are still, they may be a little late, they may be a little delayed, but nobody is canceling flights like Southwest Airlines. Y'all, like what? Like we had a group that left San Diego today. P-Bat didn't go. She was supposed to have been celebrating her birthday in San Diego, but she didn't go. Hello, Instagram. She didn't go because she did not want to miss work tomorrow, and potentially it's gonna be closed. But anywho, but our host, they canceled her flight on Southwest, but I rebooked her on United, and she's flying out. Like that is so if and they're coming back to the same city. So if it was not okay to come back to Midway, why would another carrier then fly to Midway? Like it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, but everybody else going, but Southwest is canceling their flights. It don't make sense. And someone else said that they were in Atlanta on Southwest to get back to Detroit yesterday, and Southwest canceled their flight. Why? Everybody else still going. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? Like, why y'all can't go? Yeah, that's why I really try not to book Southwest unless I absolutely have to, because they just, especially when it's, anything around weather. We're talking rainy season. Like, you just don't know, because they really been tripping lately. They really been tripping. And again, I love Southwest, but I need them to get it together. It's bananas. Like, I don't understand how, their rationale behind their cancellations. I just need them to do better, for doggone sure. Okay. But remember, we're in Chicago June 22nd. We're going to make a weekend of it. We're definitely going to do the Chicago agricultural tour on a riverboat. Hopefully we can get the whole boat to ourselves. So that's the weekend of June 22nd. We'll be in Chicago. And then the weekend of September 7th, we'll be in Orlando for our end of summer cookout. Somebody asked, is it just certain communities? Everyone is invited, but it will definitely be community heavy. Now, I know Orlando, Tampa, St. Pete, y'all got to be in the building, okay? We are waiting on a vendor. We should have the Chicago event ready to book this week. She sent me the link for the hotel. You guys can book the hotel on your own. We'll be staying and having our event at the Hilton Oak Lawn. Okay, Hilton Oak Lawn. I'm almost certain that the rooms are $159 a night, so you'll be able to book that. If you don't need a room, you don't have to. You'll just come to the events. And like I said, Travelpalooza will be there. Definitely, for sure, we'll be releasing Bali and a few others for 2025. And then, like I said, that's the weekend of June 22nd, and then the weekend of September 7th. That's after the holiday because the holiday weekend was bananas as far as prices are concerned. We are going to have our end of summer cookout in the Orlando area. Okay. We'll be back tomorrow, 6:30. I'm gonna try this platform again. I need to get on here and try to figure out how I can do TikTok on here as well. But 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. Same place, same time, new topics. And y'all, make sure you either put in the comment section topics that you would like for us to talk about. And our next class session this past Saturday was great with our passport and global entry class. It was great. I am going to send out the links and all of that to everybody this week. So if you gave us your email address, we'll be sending that out to you. But our next session is going to be next month. And I know you guys were asking me how I made the burrito tacos. So we're going to do a burrito taco session. So I can show y'all exactly how to do it. I'm going to send you guys all the ingredients. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need. And we're going to spend a Saturday afternoon making burrito tacos together online. Okay? Coming up in February. I'll give you the date soon, but have a great week, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, can you help with WhatsApp? Cynthia, what's your question? Let's see if I can see it quick over here. Somebody said I signed up, but I never got. You should have gotten it right away because it was a registration. So it should have sent you the email right away. Cynthia, what are you in Chicago chapter, Cynthia? Because if you are, I feel like I let you in already. I'm not getting notifications about Zooms that I'm in Oklahoma. Is there not a chapter near me? You don't have to be in a chapter to get notifications about anything. So go to the Facebook group. You're in the Facebook group. Turn on your notifications so that you can see when I post new things. And then definitely go to our website, ladiesandluggage.com, and get on our email list. Okay, we send out emails as well. It says a member, but I see no communication. Atlanta, you don't see anything. But go in there and introduce yourself. I know there was communication in there today, but go in and introduce yourself to the ladies, and then you'll see the communication from there. Okay. But yeah, you won't see any of the past posts, but just go in, introduce yourself in the group. Who's in that group? I didn't see Trail. Trail is here. Trail, can you help Cynthia? So yeah, just go in and introduce yourself, and then I can't see a chat. I can't check it because I'm on. Oh, let me see. I'm on my phone. Let me go in here and see. Atlanta. I'm like, I know I think I saw you right here. Yeah, you're here. Let me take you anything. Hold on. Okay, so I just messaged you there. So you should be able to see that. Okay. So have a good night, ladies, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Later.